So, 142, the Marked Cup. Oh, I like how it's nicknamed Mark. Anyway. Which one has the cup, the coin hidden under it? A. I think.
How about this?
Because he's had to move the other two.
I knew it!
So... yeah, it's A. So yeah. I don't know. Just roll with the flow. Right. I guess so. Anyway, let's finish off our toy car missions. First off with cash grab, I think it was. No, cash roundup. And then we get the last one after this, which is quite cool. Anyway, that's the pattern. Let's go. And then we get the next one, which is, I think is something like afternoon stroll or something. Riverside stroll, there we go. I knew it was stroll something. Anyway, we've got to grab the professor's hats. This one's quite complicated. But not too complicated so as to make it ridiculously hard. Anyway, this is the last time you'll ever hear this song. Gosh. And there we go. That's all the toy car missions done and dusted. Which means we've unlocked... Yes, we have. I've already said that, thank you. We unlock the hotelier's house and Layton's challenges. So now all we've got is the picture book, which we can't do until right near the end of the game. Now, if I am correct in my assumptions, that's all the puzzles we can do outside of the end game. So let's get back to the Thames Arms for the start of the end, really. And my god, it's a bloody epic end. So if you haven't solved 140 puzzles by this point, you've missed one. Okay, got it, good. Bye, Subject 3. We'll probably never see you again. Okay, let's go. Hey, look, there's Celeste, there's Don Paolo, and there's the bartender. Let's talk to everybody. Yes, of course. Most likely Celeste. Okay, let's go.
It's taken time.
I love this cutscene.
But I believe I've finally made sense of the bizarre events we've witnessed here.
You've worked it all out?
For the most part. Come on then, out with it! Yes, of course. I have much to say about this city and its secrets.
Ooh, how ominous.
The London we are presently in, this London of the future, is a fake.
My
More
gosh.
precisely, it's a set designed to make us believe that we've traveled 10 years into the future.
Really?
Because,
wow.
you see, there is no time machine. Not here, not anywhere.
Huh.
What?
I guess it's kind of true.
We were all led to
Luke, you
believe
lied
that
to
the
us.
clock shop was a portal to the future. But the truth about that shop is in some ways just as bewildering.
Right.
The back room of the clock shop is no time machine. It's a lift leading down into the earth.
How bizarre. I thought it was only Cog who could use that.
Whoa.
Oh well.
You mean to say we're underground right now?
My gosh.
Precisely. You may have heard of subterranean caverns, as some of them house ancient ruins. Some experts theorize that these caverns pepper the entire Earth.
So that's
What
how
I've seen here leads me to conclude that Dimitri
Have
used one
felt
such
here.
cavern to build this false London. It's as if we're standing in the largest film set ever created.
bloody hell.
What? I don't believe it!
So Dimitri is behind all this then? But why? That question stumped me as well. Why would he go to such pains to make us believe we're in the future?
I don't think it's us.
It doesn't make sense. Unless convincing people of this is the key
Yes.
to achieving his ultimate goal.
Quite right.
What kind of goal requires a setup like that?
It's simple. It seems that Dimitri never gave up his original dream of building a time machine. But though he poured all his energy into achieving this feat, the task was too large for one man.
Of
He
course.
needed other scientists to support his project, so he turned to the greatest minds in London. But to keep the scientists working for him, they needed to believe that they were in the future.
Exactly.
Why?
Think about it, Luke. Dimitri couldn't imprison the scientists, not in the conventional sense.
Of course not.
After all, who knows what kind of work they would produce under those circumstances? No, Dimitri needed a different approach to compel the scientists to complete his research. The scientists had to want the time machine to work as much as Dimitri did.
Exactly.
So he told them that they had been shot forward 10 years in time, stranded a decade from home. Dimitri misled the scientists, telling them that the time machine was an unfinished project. They thought they were stranded, and that the machine was their only hope of returning home.
Yes.
So that's why they were so willing to follow orders. That's all I've been able to work out. Perhaps our friend here can fill us in on the rest.
I see you've caught on. Excellent work as always, Herschel.
The family uses this establishment as a hideout. Therefore, it seemed a bit odd that the bartender didn't so much as raise an eyebrow when we walked in.
I have to give credit where it's due. I never imagined you'd work out so much of the plan yourself. I suppose I've no choice but to shut you up for good.
Oh dear. Well, that's another mystery double solved. Future London turned out to be a fake city built in an underground cavern beneath the real London. Dimitri led his team of scientists to believe that they were trapped in the future so that they would put every effort into completing a functioning time machine. So yes, we don't get one solved, we get double solved this time round. But yeah, where did he come from? I love how the bartender was voiced by the same guy who voices Dimitri. I just find that hilarious. Oh, good lord. There's a bomb? Oh dear. I'm surprised it didn't go off when we stepped in. Oh, Dimitri. Dimitri. Why are you giving us this? Oh, it's this type of puzzle. I love these. I've forgotten what they're called. But, basically, you can only have so many X's in a box. Now, if you are kind of clever, you'll realise that, that looks like an infinity symbol, which means that we have an infinite amount of time left. Because there are no bombs. Yeah. Exactly. It's infinity. No, Luke is not 2 zeros. For starters, there's 0 bombs, but it's also infinity. Bombs are never going to go off because there are none. See? Simple. Just got to use a little bit of logic. Well, just before he can make his getaway, let's have another look in the journal. Blueprints for a future London. I don't think I've ever seen planning on such a grand scale before. A working time machine, that was Dimitri's ambition. It was the reason he built this London and continued his research for so many years, leaving the kidnapped scientists and inhabitants of this town in the dark as to its true nature and location. Bloody hell, it's all kicking off now, isn't it? But it's going to kick off even more now.